Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I'm here to talk more about the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel, and more specifically in this video I wanted to talk about Ganondorf and if he will have a personality in Breath of the Wild 2. So let's get right on into it. It's all but confirmed that the Gerudo corpse seen coming back to life in the trailer for Breath of the Wild sequel is indeed Ganondorf. However, I have some worries about his role in the story, specifically whether or not he will have any personality. But why am I worried about this, and why does it matter? Let's get into it. Let's start off by talking about how Ganondorf was in the past. Ganondorf has been a great character in previous games. The King of Evil is more than just a bad dude. He actually has some interesting lore and some interesting character arcs depending on the timeline you follow. For example, in Wind Waker, Ganondorf reveals to you the true purpose of why he tried to take over Hyrule and Ocarina of Time, stating that it was actually for the purpose of bettering the life of his people, the Gerudo. He says the desert they lived in had a wind that only brought death, while Hyrule's wind was different, and that he coveted it. And then in Twilight Princess, he was more filled with hate and spite from getting sealed away after Ocarina of Time, and he has some great dialogue as well as some really brutal scenes in that game because of it. However, in Breath of the Wild, all you see is Ganon, or more specifically the malice produced by Ganondorf as we now know it to be due to the sequel trailer. There's no personality, no dialogue, no character arc, nothing. It was just another reason why the story in Breath of the Wild really wasn't that good. And now we finally have Ganondorf, except he's a zombie mummy thing. Now we don't know if he'll be this way the whole game, or even what personality he may have in this undead form, but it kinda worries me. It's just that I can definitely see a scenario where Nintendo just decides to make Ganon this really powerful, yet really boring story-wise undead Ganondorf with no personality, no dialogue, no story at all, and I really don't want that. I've talked about this before in my video all about how Breath of the Wild 2 could improve on Breath of the Wild, but the story is one of the biggest ways that I think Nintendo can make the game better compared to its prequel. And I think Ganondorf could be a major part of that. Allowing Ganondorf to have a personality, to have great dialogue, and to have some really awesome scenes of him just messing stuff up, and actual lore-focused scenes like we got in Wind Waker, could be a great way of making the story interesting. Especially if they go with the idea I proposed in the video I mentioned earlier, where story progression could be tied to dungeon progression. Maybe after each dungeon we could see a cutscene with Ganondorf getting stronger, maybe becoming more and more human, making plans, creating monsters, and other things like that. I think that would be a great way to build tension throughout the game as you progress the story, something that was sorely missing in Breath of the Wild. And personally, since I believe this is likely the Ganondorf from Twilight Princess, I would love to see him just be absolutely ruthless, killing anyone who upsets him, even people on his side, and focus solely on the destruction of Hyrule. Just be an absolute madman. So yeah, I am a bit worried about Ganondorf in the Breath of the Wild sequel. I think there's a lot of things that they could do to make him great, but I could also easily see him just being this boring, undead, zombie Ganondorf who has no personality, no impact to the story, nothing, and I really hope they don't go that route, because Ganondorf has been a great character in the past, and he's one of my favorite things about Zelda growing up on Ocarina of Time. I loved Ganondorf, I thought he was a great character, and he's one of the reasons that I really liked Zelda and really got into the series. So I would love it if Nintendo really just went all out on Ganondorf, made him a really cool character who had a really big impact on the story, and the story to actually, progress as you go through the game, as I discussed earlier. But that's just my thoughts, my opinions. I would love to hear what all you guys thought down in the comments below. Do you think Ganondorf will have a personality in Breath of the Wild sequel? What kind of personality would you like him to have? And what impact would you like Ganondorf to have on the story of the Breath of the Wild sequel? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell icon for notifications of all my videos for more videos on the Breath of the Wild sequel, and of course, all other Nintendo related content. Also, make sure to share this video with everyone you know who's hyped up the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. And I'll see all you guys later on What About Nintendo. Bye!